Right now, Botunida numbers everywhere. It looks as if I'm weak. Until you're on the street and you start asking people who is Team Cindy and who is Team Gundi. Social media is not a real place. It's not a venue where you can go and make money. Social media does not buy tickets, does not sustain you. And social media is for everybody. Anyone can get 1 million subscribers if they have a budget for it. Tunabena inaba bagundi bameka bafandi ku YouTube. When it comes to social media, she's far beyond me. When it comes to the streets, I am far beyond her. Social media numbers are not a real place. Those are not numbers you can rely on. I got 35,000 people. Well, how many of them follow me on social media? Not even 50%. 2020, there's so many things I did. I got married, I had kids. I forgot about the battle. I'll say that again, they called me. So sinzi abadde mwetaga abadda neetaga genda awo mu kibuga tugende mu owino tugende waka tunyumirira eri ani ayina abantu ekyo kyonze kyendaba. Other social media, no. Whoever is beaten, I think, will go back home and rethink, and that will be good. Agenda alowooze quality wakola eki amukyusemu nange, and then that at the end of the day it will be good for the industry. Siza nnyo bambi okwambala ekiteeteeyi ekiweesa ekitiibwa yadde n'akakondo tayambadde n'ayambala sneakers ne socks mweziri banayabadde n'empisa leero.
Definitely the king herself. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you, Dias?
You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Asoka kuliseyo mu good job at them tonight. It has been the second press conference, I will call it.
True.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, okusinzira, it was good. When I went, it's not. We didn't follow anything that we were promised to follow. But tuweereza ebibuuzo ngamba mulamwa gwe guno nga bona okola debate. Wabeerawo mulamwa, this is the notion. So we were sent the notion and we knew everything that were our talking points. But when I got there, everything changed. But I'm glad. You understand, because everything flipped on the last minute. But I'm glad still kyagenze bulungi.
Okay, before we go on that, ugambe baba weereza ebibuuzo. So everything was planned before you mogenda.
Yeah, like any debate is supposed to be planned. It's supposed to be planned. It's not as freestyle as our first press conference was. That was more freestyle. Everybody was like, be yourself, let's do this. But this one was planned. This is a debate. We want to set it up like a debate. We're arguing on these points. And then when I got there, the moderator flipped the switch. But I'm still glad it happened how it happened, because it puts truth out there. A lot is being seen at the moment and being revealed. So I'm still glad it happened.
Said before you came back, where you going? Kwabula mwabade ku TV. Twalesonze rose and you about it.
If there's anything you know about me, fear is not one of them. No, I'm not. I'm never scared.
What made you come late? Because the other time we took earlier than the opponent, but this time you took almost 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Omanyi, living home when you have children is the hardest thing ever. When it's time to leave, I have to hide. And then they first hide the kids in the other room. Then when they hear me leaving, they come out. You understand? And I have to hold them and hide again. So we play this card game which takes a long time. You can't time it. So that happened to me and I ended up arriving late. The entire time I was in touch with the team, like when they give me some time. I want to leave a happy baby at home, you understand? So that took some time for me. That is why today I was a little bit late.
Just like a responsible person who has a family.
Yeah, that's true. Life happens to everyone. I try to be the best that I can. Like the last time I was there early, but this time I failed. Because of obviously I'm still glad I made it.
Then the debate netandika. I want us to go through the debate to Jitemu Katini. Ngokuva wetandise osanze already opponent wo ibibuzo batanse dobe mubuza and the questions bade bamubuza ngamba njagala muzimbuze nga wali mudire mwawo then wotuse netulabanga. Let's first talk about the moderator. Omulabyo
when I came in, I was very positive about the moderator because try to know mulamwa. So ngamanya agenda following mulamwa, and I was not scared, because what I don't want to do at the end of the day as a grown woman is this bickering. You understand? Sagala kuyomba na muntu national television. There are too many people watching us, so I don't want that. So when I came in, I was calm. And I'm like, now we're going to follow a script, and and I'm good, I'm ready. And then when Atu say and the moderator flipped all of a sudden, it took me some time. If you notice in the beginning, I was very defensive because in my mind, I'm like, you're not following what we spoke about. This is not what...
I had you saying, twazi wano nga tulina ebibuuzo bye tulina okugoberera.
We were sent a list, you know, and I knew NBS is a professional television, so obviously I think they're going to be professional. So I got there and it was totally unprofessional. So for a moment, I was Banz Jekuchi, Kumulamwa, and I was a bit angry. Then after some time, the neighbor did it. I'm like, you know what? Breathe, these things happen. Interview ne yongerayo.
So moderator yatulaze nti abadde already ayina mwabaddemu kintu kidogo oba just yabadde excited fan wa opponent.
Wabula saategedde but commitment gye yabaddeko okubeera ku side eri nze ndowooza. I hope he's paid because he did that really well. We could all see it. Yes.
Then ayina watuuse nga akugamba omuliro oguwulira sindikakkana and wakyuse ku opponent nga amulaga nti ye opponent already ali calm. Kiki obadde otidde nga gwe asesinze fear he knew oba just abadde akusibako kigambo?
Ndabadde asibako ekigambo. That's why I looked at him like, what do you mean I should be calm and zikakane? What is happening? I'm sitting here on my seat, you know, and I've been answering the questions, which, by the way, they were the only ones answering questions. I was barely given any time no kuddamu. So abadde agezaako okulaga audience nti nze akoze eki, nzaali okuva ku mulamwa ate nga si kituufu. He was trying to paint a picture nti I'm not calm, okitegeera. I know that, and try to make it look like the other side is calm. And that was not true. Everybody could see it was plain, and it was very plain that I was calm the entire time.
How do you mentioning certain name mu audience? Waliwo omuntu abadde akusumbuwa ennyo mu audience.
Yes. I mean, the other team was really shouting at me, but mostly the loudest person was Wisdom. He was really, really loud and just screaming at me. I'm like, stop shouting at me, you know. Let me answer. I came here. This is my interview, not yours. Give me time. Let me talk. So out of all of them, I was like, let me mention one person that everybody gets the point, and I hope point bagitegedde kuba tebalekeddeawo kumpoganira. No, they did not stop. But still, I was trying to make a point which didn't reach, but it's all right.
Let's talk about ekintu kino ekya numbers ku social media. Yowachi emphasizing nnyo n'ogamba mbuno the numbers ku social media muzindaga but nze mbayita mu kisaawe ne bajja. What was your point really?
My point is social media is not a real place. It's not a venue where you can go and make money. Social media does not buy tickets, does not sustain you. And social media is for everybody. Anyone can get 1 million subscribers if they have a budget for it. I have a lot of examples I could give. How many people follow Afrigo Band? How are their socials? They're not amazing. You understand?
YouTube channel.
Thank you. So, but they are tewali artists asinga kujuza weekly daily shows ngachi nga Afrigo Band tuyinza okulaba ono DJ w'ebinyanyanyanya. Thank you. Sunabe na inaba bagundi bameka bafani ku YouTube. Naye ajjuza ebisaawe. You see what I'm saying? He's bigger than almost all the DJs. Kubanga yenga DJ ajjuza ekisaawe. So social media numbers are not a real place. Those are not numbers you can rely on. But Lugogo Lugogo grounds, Independence grounds, that's a real place. You understand? And then Lugogo that I filled up in 2020, is a real place. You see what I'm saying? The cricket oval is a real place. My numbers are there. My history is there. You can touch it. You can feel it. But my followers on my Facebook, they're 800,000. I didn't get them. They didn't come to the show. That means it's not a real place. I got 35,000 people. Well, how many of them follow me on social media? Not even 50%. You understand? In fact, only 10% bangobera ku social media. But the fans came through. So for me, that's how I measure success, not numbers on Facebook. That's the point I was trying to put to her attention. Until right now, Botunida numbers everywhere. It looks as if I'm weak. Until you're on the street and you start asking people who is Team Cindy and who is Team Gundi. Success is not mbozi. It's actual numbers. That is what it's about.
Because the people buying, it's like you sponsor your social media handle.
Yeah, it's right there. You can see it when you go on Facebook and see all the pages that are sponsored. So Kulabantino page, Sheebah, Spice, or whatever, Winning Waji, whatever. I'm giving examples. They are sponsored. So Chidabida now and Chidi sponsored. So that means you're paying for the promotion of the page. In mine, that doesn't show up when you it's organic. Yeah. So if we're going according to social media numbers, and I have 800,000, if those people ever showed up for a gig, sija kuddamu kukola. Otegera kyengamba, I can do one show a year and retire for 6 years and come back with another show. But those are not real numbers. We still have to advertise because omuntu ajja ku show. Ali owino, ali ku malls mu kibuga, ali koboko, ali soroti, you understand? That's why we still advertise. Others twalikomyewa ku social media. Yes.
Then akkiriza nti faaniwo nagamba the wabadde faaniwo even right now akyali faaniwo but gwe nga atulaze nti gwe nga gwe Sindi gw'omuleetedde oyinamu obuntu bw'okola obutonotono obwo bw'olina oku-ironing out gw'omulaga bad blood.
No, I don't think I show her any bad blood. I think people should realize that this battle was brought from her team. It is them who thought about the idea to ite Sindi. You understand? Vibe ekyagaanye tuyite artist asobola okwongera ki vibe kweno show. Kwe kunkubira kati singa nali muntu atayagaliza saalikoze eki. Saali kikoze. But I looked at it, I'm like, you know what, it's all right. It's good business, then it's all right. Sagala kubawo nti nze nzakola ki siyamba ku bantu. Kwe kukkiriza okudda ku ki ku show. If I didn't want that, saali genzeeyo saali kikoze. I would have rivaled and done another show in another venue because you all know another venue is available. You understand? It is available and nobody has paid for it. Forget propaganda. That place is available. Nali sasulide venue endala ne tubisanye ndiye na days and nenzireri. You understand? And I've brought those numbers before so I can bring them back again. So I didn't want to do that. I said, you know what? It's okay if I help another artist to take a move vibe nesente mukolechi munsasule. So that defeats the point of nze saagaliza. No, that's not true.
Because I know Wagambira it's you has been wanting this from day one 5 years ago. Because 5 years ago, that's 2019. That's like almost after your show. Nagamba gwengolinga gwe yali pushing for this battle. Nagamba okay, time etuse kanjikuwe. Wali abayimbi abalungi. Actually abadde ngajja kyogere eri abayimbi abalungi. Lwaki bo sibogenda ko lwaki ye kubo olaba gwe omwetaaga sosiye.
I'll say that again, they called me. So since abadda, and we're talking about 2023. If she had accepted this battle in 2020, her point would stand. Now, right now, it doesn't stand. After 2020, there's so many things I did. I got married, I had kids. I forgot about the battle. So that's not going to happen. No, she will never do what? That side will never allow. But this year, because they needed me, then they got in touch with me for the battle. So that is not true that I want
comparing songs. Nakugamba mubuli your best song. Ngagwe olukoze obulungi ng'alabira ddala nti nemba mugenze mu comparison y'ennyimba olusinza okukola like she's far.
When it comes to social media, she's far beyond me. When it comes to the streets, I am far beyond her. You understand? And I would rather deal with the streets because that's real cash that you can touch. But online, those are just bragging rights. Abantu online mejosobola kukola concert bonna ne bakola ki ne bajja ola nti oyina bafani abo when you go live to speak they don't come out and they're there, they've subscribed. When you have a million followers and you're on day live on Facebook all day, you will not get 1 million views. You know, we see it with our biggest people who hit social media. Ngabo labanti principle. Wabera live. Uganda yonevayo. Nera teziwera million. You see what I'm talking? So social media, those are not real numbers. That's why I didn't want to go through that argument. Kubanze tezitoa. The argument zange twogere ku street. Tugendaawo mu kibuga, tugende mu owino, tugende wakati tunyumirire eri ani ayina abantu. Ekyo kyonze kyendaba. Other social media, no.
Was this debate worth mwe okuvaayo okugikola at this time?
For me, no. It was not. For me, it was not worth it. And even in our communication, I totally condemned it. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't think it was necessary. But we signed a contract to make sure that this show works out. So when the owner of the show who paid you says, you know, I want this show to promote, to create more vibe, you show up. That's profession. That's how we work as a business strategy. And, you know, you listen to them, and because all of us have to work towards this show working. Techijja kunkola bulungi nti nze bansasudde ate nanyini show nako natafunamu. So we do everything possible to make sure the show works, and that is exactly what I did today. But I don't think the today's interview was necessary. No.
So if you had any room for you to jump out of this, you have an option, would you attend on
Jump out of the interview today or
today, like today?
Today I accepted to do that interview 2 hours before it. Since yesterday I'd said no. Even this morning I'd said no to it. 2 hours before it is when I said, you know what? Okay. Yeah, I said, let's do it. Let's get it over with. Because the team thought it would be a very good marketing strategy. So I said, you know what? I don't want to. So I could miss a show. So I said, let me show up, and I showed up.
Akabada kokuleta Prince ku stage. Omanyi right now keka trending. Show your neighbor dewo, but akantu keba jeya akali social media. It's Prince coming. Na kuita baby. Everyone was like,
my husband shows up for me every day, just you don't see it on camera. You understand? Just because Muchirabi Kati on camera. But he shows up for me on a daily. You understand? He comes to my rehearsal. When I'm having a meeting, he's like, do you want me to show up? You understand? He supports me 1,000%. Just you rarely get to see it. So even at the show, he came to show his support. Now, you need to ask him why he felt the need to come. Maybe he felt like...
It wasn't a planned move.
No, for me, it wasn't at all. I didn't know he would show up. But I think he must have sensed that his people are attacking his woman. You understand? There was so much, it was coming at me and coming at me. So I think he felt the need to come, assure me, you're all right and this is okay. Because he just told me to calm down. He said, it's all right, calm down. And then he left the stage. So maybe he felt the need. So he came to speak to me. Just give me a word or two. Navao. And after that, you could sense my body language changed. Because,
everyone needs a person besides him or her. And the opponent was like looking at us.
I understand. I feel for her sometimes, but I think every woman gets to that point. I mean, Bulioma in a timing here might be my time now. Then it will be her time if she wants for it to happen. Yeah, but if you ask, we didn't plan that at all. No.
Prince kinajja kyekulira mu mulago kubanga kati yali ku mitimba.
Naturally. I think love is a beautiful thing. When people see it, they gravitate towards it. It's good energy, and that's why people like it. And then favor artists to kwekanya basajja baffe. So it's like, oh my God, they're showing, So that is, I think, Chechiwunza Abantu. But there are millions of married people in this country. There's so many people running relationships. Now, the fact that we are celebrities, which everywhere with you, I think they get that vibe of Jay-Z and Beyonce or some kind of thing, and that's fascinating, But what he's doing is what any normal married man would do. Yeah.
Do you think was the last nail in the coffin? Him showing up?
I'd love to hear Sheebah's answer on this one because... Because for me, it was the highlight. Definitely it was. And him being there made me relax even more, So, but I don't know how she felt like, oh, that was the nail in the coffin. That I don't know. But for me, that worked wonders.
I want us to go through together tuiteko mu mateeka bagakuweereza kugemugenda okugoberera. Ndabyeko nga bagasomaawo ebintu bingi ekisookera ddala mugenda kusooka mufune session esooka tokkirizibwa kuyimba mulimba lwa muntu mulala. I
love that song. Writer, yawandika bulungi nnyo. So Bagambi, we don't sing each other's music. I don't sing Sheebah's music. Sheebah doesn't sing mine. That is the law Jebatadeo. Everything else you're free to do with your, show. But that particular in Bagamba Temuchikola. And it was not in my plan to do any of her music, so I'm good.
Then basupporters bo tebakirizibwa kusala kudde eno oba kudde eno. Then abayimbi botayise tebakkirizibwa kujja.
Yeah, abayimbi botayise obutalabika, that's normal protocol buli wamu. It just happens that sometimes when people show up and you have time, you're like, negundi kola ki munyigewo. But that is standard. Nti buli show, if I've not called you, don't show up at the event kuba sikuplanning it. Not because sikwagala, but just have not planned, so yinza otuuka ne ku disappointing. And then ekirala about not coming backstage, that is obvious. Fan wa side era yinza okujja side yaffe n'atuteega ebintu, you understand, because there are a lot of emotions going on. So it's only for security reasons. Wange tadde eri n'oli tasala kudde eno.
Then mwina session egenda okubanga tova ku stage oli akikubira wali n'okikubira wano. olina aba ayimba nga wano woli olaba.
Yes. Then nange nenyimba nga naye alaba. Yo session esembayo. That's the actual battle. Because in the beginning, it's about buli omu kulaga kyalina. Give you time, give you time, give you time 3 times. And then the last time is, okay, now let's compare. You know, kuluyimba. Creativity, talent, ku talent. That's the last session. Then share your okay, gwe.
Amateeka gano tolina wamu gwe bagwadde gwe mulugunyaamu ya?
No, because mu plans zange mbadde siinamu kuyimba luyimba lwe yadde n'olumu. No, not at all. So tewali kinyize. Even I was not planning for my fans to cross to her side. No. I didn't want that. I don't want that to happen either. Even I don't want her people to come this side. So ekyo kinkolera. So I don't have any issue at all. I think I like the fact that ebirala balekedde artist abeere creative engeri gy'alaba if she sees fit. And I see she loves Beyonce very much. So maybe she's going to put like a Beyonce line in her music or whatever. As long as takwata kuzani. Kuzange nange nga sikwata kuzize. I think that works. It's fair enough.
The dress code mwenna bw'ola oyingira music eno wakubanga obuntu obwo bwetwogerera kati oli mukyala mufumbo oyina abaana.
Yes.
Ekyo kituli mu mitwe tugamba leero kuba oli ye tumumanyi. Press conference twamulaba. And we were surprised today okujja nga ali this.
Kirabika mwamuvuma nnyo.
Siri.
Anti gwayogerera abantu kati kankikugambe. Kirabika madamu mwamuvuma nnyo kuba nanga neewunyisiza. Neewunyisiza nnyo bambi okwambala ekiteeteeyi ekiweesa ekitiibwa. Yadde n'akakondo tayambadde n'ayambala sneakers ne socks mweziri bano yabadde n'empisa leero. Me I think it's because mwe abaleese madamu oyo okukyuka leero. Mwe.
So abantu bakusuubiremu ki nze njagala kusaidia ata ebyokuyimba byonna ffe twabikulekedde naye abantu bano kati buli omu ekimuli ku mutima Cindy.
Yeah, I'm having a very, very good team actually designing my outfits. Of course, Charlie Gonza is the usual suspect. We have Nelly Salvatore. Actually, that's the same team that worked last time. And we have a surprise designer who I'm not telling you until the event. Yes. So they've come together, never crafting us something which I've never looked the way I'm going to look on Friday. No, even for me, some things were uncomfortable, you know. But I was like, you know what? It's been a few years. We want to give them a bang. So they've flipped everything. Some things were uncomfortable for me, but I've accepted because I know, first of all, it's a battle. And then it's also my biggest show since after lockdown. Yeah, so, you know, we're bringing it. Yes, we're definitely bringing it. And we know on her side, they've always gone all out with outfits. So we also had to, you know, like step up our game with the clothes because you know I'm not about clothes. Me, I'm about the show. Yes. Me, I'm about my energy, my performance, my vocals. That's what I concentrate on. So this time we're like, you know what, let's also add this. Let's give them something to compete with, something to compete about. And so on every level we have tried to compete. But still, I'm capitalizing on talent. So in Nyimba Zembade Nyimbira Mukia Wansi, I've increased the key to sing it even higher. Zembade Nyimbira Wagulu Nembaraganti Soboloko Kirida. You understand? So all that, we've put all of those things into the show. And I'm glad I have dancers who are committed, they are passionate about, you know, doing a good show, about winning at the end of the day. So Fetuli ready.
Before tubuza only almost like one day to the show. Are you contented with the stage manager Gobaba?
At the moment, no, because I've seen the stage in only pictures. So I get to actually see the stage tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day for sound check. But the layout, which was it's amazing. Ugandans have never seen anything like that. Yes, the team has really gone all out.
Stage or you okay now?
Absolutely okay. Sikora nkona want to cause a show together, but I've attended their events. I've done small events with them. You know, but we've had several engagements and I feel at peace with the person doing the production.
Then MC.
Yeah, MC. Buli omu alina okulonda MC we. Yes, everybody's supposed to get their own MC. Yeah, and their own MC, their own DJ. Yes, so as you know, I'm a friend to so many MCs and so many DJs. It's been hard for me even up to this point. It's been hard, yeah, to pick one. You know, I wish they would let us just have, because remember at Boom Party I had like 10 MCs, you know, because I want, you know, I want all of them. They want to come and this is a gig, so you know, you follow the guidelines because I'm not the boss here. So Trino Kulonda our own MC, and it's been really hard to decide. Our own DJ, it's really hard to decide. Yeah, but at the end of tonight we'll have to make a choice.
When you say your own DJ, tulina session nga ya CD.
Yeah, sure. Nga tetunaba kulinnya ku stage. Obviously, kwa jukira event eno eri festival, so itandika misana. You know, and then all the way to the night.
Ne misana wonna nti side ye gena kwa ne DJ akoba.
That's what the show is about, yes. So even our DJs are going to be competing from morning when they arrive.
So you're supposed to have more than one DJ because if it's from day throughout, DJ mtasola kubathu.
Jakuba. Because they asked for one, so we have to get a guy who can sustain from, you know, from the time that's allocated until the show.
After this show, eno show ebalekawa, cause lulimu batete mwelumba nnyo, tutuse kisera ntulabamu nga oloka anga akava either from your opponent or from your side. Eno show ebalekawa.
I think we're going to be in a good place. You know, nze nchiraba mweno ango, I am not trying to be her friend. It's not like after the show I'll say, hey, Bambi Katita Anjagala. You understand? It's not like Anjagala at the moment, you know. So it's not like we're aiming towards friendship because then it would be a very shaky ground. But we are aiming at having a good show. And that we can achieve and keep on our careers. It would have been sensitive if we were, you know, we are friends and then now we're against each other. No. This is not the first disagreement we get into. You know very well, even with the Federation and UMA, we argue on a lot of levels. Even with our views about marriage, about family, about children, we argue even on that platform. So for me, we'll be back to business after the show. Yeah, so whoever is beaten, I think, will go back home and rethink, and that will be good. Agenda rose quality work and then that at the end of the day it will be good for the industry. Then even artists who are going to be there. Okay, people want this, they don't want this. So when they go back to that drawing board, they will know what to do. Yes.
Then the entire industry. Because we had that thing of top 3 cha dividing abayimbi banji. Then tutuse ku level ya mwe abakyala nti goli kweno tulabyeko abantu era buli maganze nonze ne batukana okwevuma abayomba bagenda ku TV interviews.
I know.
Like the industry, isn't it split?
That is very unfortunate because that's why at interviews I say this is between me and Sheebah. Mulekera okuyingizawo ki abantu abalala. And even on stage I maintain that unless the organizers want to create a certain atmosphere. But as the president of UMA and a leader of artists, ekyo sikyagalirako ddala kuyingiza abantu mu lutalo olwange. This is not for the industry. Kiricha ky'abantu babiri tetwabula buli omu kuba munaye abasigadde. Somebody on her side might need to work with somebody on my side. Then after the show they can't connect. So for me on my side, I've told all the artists who are on my stage, I'm like, you don't have to say you are Team Cindy. No, I've called you because you're good in your own right. Genda okole show yoveeko koleki ogende tewe creating gira bizibu. Yeah. Yes. Wona we bakuwa the stage oba B, I don't care. Gendo oyimbe ekintu kyo webaza abantu bokubibyo. Or say thank you for coming for the show. Oveeko. Don't create any kind of scenario sikyagala.
Then there is a scenario where abantu boyina nabo collabo naye ayina nabo collabo.
That's different. Oyaze kuyimba luyimba because twayimba wamu. I don't think she should take it personally, and I'm not going to take it personally because the song is there and we need to sing it. So it doesn't mean they're Sheebaholic, or it doesn't mean also that they're syndicates. It just means they did a song with the person and on that day they need to show up to execute that song. Yeah.
Your last remarks eri ba syndicates ba fani bo tuneyo je twitolinga agamba mbunze tewali anzija kusini ne videos zeteka ya abantu je bali ngagamba za mtimu Cindy oda ndi ku live ku media yawo ngandaba abantu bona bagamba maturity Cindy bichi that anyone you
First of all, I thank God that I am here. You understand? Sometimes I want to pinch myself because of the opportunities I still have after all these years. Because artists abatandika nange, they would kill for the relevance I have today. So I thank God that I'm still relevant, that musobola comparing these young artists abaleero. I don't take that for granted. Njagala kwebaza ba Team Syndicate. They are the most patient fans ever. Because namala emyaka 3 music wange simufuddeeko ndikubirala naye they stayed loving Cindy. Ekyo ekintu kyo, God bless you for that. Mwebale nnyo nnyo okunsupportinga era ku Friday I pledge I'm not going to disappoint you. That's not going to happen.
Then Prince?
Then you just know.
Thank you very much.
You know, you're welcome.